So 2022 is coming to a close, and I want to talk about some of my favorite tracks of the year. Now, I'm picking 5 songs specifically here with a few honorable mentions, just because I don't listen to a ton of new music, but these songs here I think all have something very special about them and something that's worth talking about. I do have a few honorable mentions and I will talk about those, but my rules for this list is that it's only one per artist. So even if there's a great artist, someone like that I love, like Jack White or Red Hot Chili Peppers, like there can only be one song for them on this list. But without further ado, let's go to the honorable mentions. This is in no particular order. First up, we have the CARR by Arctic Monkeys. This was the album and also the song. This is probably my favorite song. It took me a bit to listen to this album, I will admit, but I did really enjoy it, and this one really stood out to me. It was definitely a change of pace, but something that I thought was very much warranted. And next up is Korn's Lost in the Grandeur. This is from their album Requiem, which was, I think, the first album I reviewed this year. An album that is very good. I think I've only listened to like a few times, but this was easily the standout track here. Lots of very deep, rich emotions here. And then we have Lux Eterna, of course, by Metallica. I mean, come on, you were gonna see the song on the list. Yes, is some of it a little bit too compressed? Yeah, but it sounds like some Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning stuff, and I just really love it. The riff hasn't really left my head. I've tried to play it multiple times. It's awesome. And finally, for the honorable mentions, we have The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. This was the first song that really got me to pay attention to Kendrick, I will say, because I heard a lot of his big songs over the past few years and they never really impressed me, and I was like, oh, who's getting like Kendrick? He's just another one of those rappers. And then I heard this song and I was like, whoa, this is something completely different. And then went and actually dove into his discography, and that's a video for another time. But anyway, let's get to the list. Coming in at number 5, we have C'est La Vie. This is from Slash and then Miles and the Conspirators. This is the 4th album, so 4 is what it's called, by Slash. And this album is already awesome, and my favorite song from it is C'est La Vie. The chorus, I think, has just stuck with me. It is one of the most well-sung choruses, and Miles Kennedy is very much a hit or miss singer. I think he's just like extremely talented vocally. It just depends on the song where his voice really shines, and this one is a clear example. Perfect vibrato, but of course we have a ripping Slash solo. We have a kind of slower intro here with the bass really taking form, and then of course a talk box. I mean, it's really awesome. This is just a nice kind of, it feels like they're still experimenting. That's what I'll say, is that we're 4 albums into Slash's solo career, I mean, at least with Miles Kennedy in them, and we still get Slash using a talk box and using all this other stuff, so it's a really fun track. It's one that has stuck with me the entire year. Coming in at number 4 is possibly the most emotional song that I heard this year. This is TV by Billie Eilish. Yes, did I just jump from Slash to Billie Eilish? Yep, but I love this song. I think this is one of the best songs she's released from this album, and even like if we go to Happier Than Ever, I think this is one of the best ones out of those two combined. I do like this one more than the 30th. I reacted to it a few months ago, and I learned it on guitar quite recently, and there's just been so many parts of this song that have really stuck with me. This just really feels like just a stripped down, raw, and just feels like Billie is just putting everything that's in her brain down on paper and performing it with Phineas. And I mean, I have chills thinking about it. There are so many lines. Here are some on the screen in particular that really stand out to me. I think that this song is just, it's one of those that, like, if I see Billie live in the future, I would absolutely love to listen to this. It's one of those that kind of appeals to a wide variety of people. Like, it's like you probably wouldn't expect me to have this as my number 4 song of the entire year, but it just, no pun intended, struck a whole other chord with me. I think it's phenomenal. Coming in at number 3 is Brother on the Cloud by Eddie Vedder. Now, Pearl Jam is one of my favorite bands of all time, and I listened to Earthling, Eddie Vedder's album from this year, back when it originally came out, but last night I listened to the album again because it came out so like in like April or May. I think it was April when it came out, and I wanted to like refresh it, and this is possibly the biggest song in it, but just the chorus is undeniably beautiful, and the whole song is just such an emotional journey, just like with TV. Like, you really feel all the emotion. That's why I really like the album of Earthling. I think it's a really great record, and it's just Eddie's vocal performance on all the tracks, but especially this one. He's just putting in a whole new, like, mature energy, and the lyrics really express everything he's feeling, and all the background music is also just phenomenal. This song, it's another one just like C'est la vie, where the chorus just sticks with you. You listen to it once and it'll be in your head for a week. Now, it was really hard for me to pick between numbers 1 and 2, but coming in at number 2 we have Yen by Slipknot. Now, this is one of the best Slipknot songs of all time in my opinion. You guys know how much I love them. I saw them in concert earlier this year, and Yen is by far my favorite song on the end so far, which is also one of my favorite records of this year. But this was the third single from the album, and when it started, I was like, okay, this is completely different, because we heard the Chapeltown Rag, we heard the Dying song, Time to Sing, and they were these fast songs. But this one started off with fire cracking and slow, calm vocals from Corey into this menacing and just heart-wrenching chorus, and the guitars were just amazing. I tried to learn it, and I do kind of know it, but it is definitely a tough wrist exercise, that's what I'll say, and it has one of the best vocal performances of the entire year with Corey Taylor. But everything from Sid's record scratches to Jimmy Mick's guitar to little bass fills to Jay just absolutely killing on drums. I mean, everybody just did such a phenomenal job. Yen is one of the best Slipknot songs ever, and easily one of the best of the year. But my favorite song of the year, surprise, it comes from Jack White. It is The White Raven. This is my favorite of all of Jack's solo released songs. So Blunderbuss, Lazaretto, Boarding House Reach, Fear of the Dawn, and then Entering Heaven Alive. This is my favorite out of all his records. The riff is undeniably amazing, and I loved it since it originally came out on the record, but when I saw it live in August and he extended the song just with the bass riff going off, and he's talking about all the members waking up, and Quincy's playing a zebra painting on the wall like a piano, and he just goes on and on and on, and then you just have this riff that always stuck with me for a fuzzed out riff. This is the best one of the year, best one on the record. It's just such good rock and roll songwriting. It's something that sticks with you, but it's not too poppy, doesn't feel too formulaic. It's just, there's so much about the song I love. I played it on guitar so many times trying to match that tone perfectly. Will I ever get it? Probably not, but it is still fun to try. Of course, Jack White was going to have my number 1 song of the year, and I had 2 full albums to pick from. This is my favorite one. Once again, the list is Slash and Miles and the Conspirators, C'est la vie at number 5, Billie Eilish's TV. It's kind of funny that they rhyme. Number 3 was Brother on the Cloud by Eddie Vedder. Number 2 was Yen by Slipknot. And number 1 was The White Raven by Jack White. Let me know your favorite songs in the comments down below. There are definitely some I miss because I don't listen to as much new music as I should, because I don't typically enjoy it all that much. But these songs really stood out to me, including the honorable mentions. I think they're great as well. And thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.